weekly in-depth view of agriculture up close. This is In the Field. We're here in Lawrence County, Missouri to meet the Bueller family and follow along the road they took to transform a 100-year-old struggling dairy farm into nutraceuticals. Let's go meet David.
Welcome to Elder Farms.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it. Now, this is where you grew up, right?
Yes. My great-grandparents bought this place in 1899. Grandparents lived here, my folks, me. So we've been dairy farmers all of our life and raising some crops along with it.
Well, let's kind of take a look at your operation here. This is, a working dairy farm until just a few years ago. What kind of led you, I believe you said, 6-7 years ago, to decide that you needed to transition out of the dairy?
We were basically going backwards. And I told my wife, I said, we have to make a change. We have to think outside of the box if we're going to survive another 100 years. And how can we do that, not only survive, but also flourish? And we saw a real opportunity with the elderberries.
So David, I have to ask, did people start believing or thinking that you're crazy?
Yes, they did. They thought, taking good cropland and putting it into elderberries, they just couldn't see what we were trying to do or understand.
Yeah, and so you transitioned your once dairy barn, milking parlor, and other facilities across the farm into processing facilities and grow facilities. So kind of take me through that process and how you made it work.
Basically, we took existing facilities that we knew that they had good bones, but we just wanted to retrofit them. Every farmer has barns and equipment that they can reuse, repurpose, and that's what we did here.
So Dave, just 6 years ago, this was your soybean field. What did it take to put this into production?
We basically came in here with a disc, worked the ground up, laid in some plastic mulch, and took a vegetable planter and started planting little sticks in the ground.
And that's what we have over here.
Yes.
Little sticks in the ground. These are first year cuttings that you just put in the ground this year. And over here we have mature plants.
Yes, these are about 5 years old. It takes about 2 to 3 years before you start seeing production off these. And then after the third year, they really get into their full production.
You have now put how many acres into production?
We have 50 acres right here in production. We have fields scattered across Southwest Missouri, Arkansas, and continue to teach farmers about it, teach others about it. There is a real need for this crop. We need about 20,000 acres right now to meet the demand in America.
Wow.
We import 95% of what we have from Europe. So as people use this product, it's working for people, they're buying more of it, and it's just not something we can plant and get an instant crop off of. It takes time.
You took a gamble and turning your once dairy farm corn and soybean crops into elderberries, but the others could do the same. Take their existing land, their existing equipment, and diversify.
Yes, I think that's very important. I think it doesn't take a whole lot of large equipment or expensive capital. This is something that you can utilize with what you have already existing.
So Kyler and John, you make up the Elder Farms team that David was telling us about. And Kyler, we just came in from the field and we talked about the varieties that were started, there at your neighbor, the MU Southwest Research Center. What led you to choosing the varieties that you're growing today, and what kind of types of varieties are we talking about when it comes to elderberries?
We grow a few different varieties here. We have the Wildwood variety. We also grow the York variety, Bob Gordon, and Pocahontas.
And you're helping other farmers get started in kind of cultivating custom varieties?
Yes, absolutely. So, currently nationwide, there's only 1,500 acres of elderberry being grown commercially. Missouri right now is the elderberry capital of the country. We have about basically 46% of that nationwide is grown right here in Missouri. Yes, so we do offer custom installations for other farmers who are interested in growing elderberry commercially. We also can wholesale plants for farmers who are wanting to do the installation themselves. And having the University of Missouri's Research Extension in our backyard is such a great resource because they really help us if we ever have any questions or need some assistance with a certain variety or certain problem. We have them to be able to rely on.
David, you are 6 years in. Are you happy with making the switch?
Oh my gosh, we are so excited. It's like it's breathed a new life into the farm and into us. With traditional farming, the fun had gone out of it. With this, we see so many opportunities, so many great things have been happening within the last year or two with this, and I am so happy we made a change. I wish we would have done it years ago.
I know that there are farmers right here in Southwest Missouri, Northwest Arkansas that are in the same boat you were in, just 6 years ago. What kind of advice would you give them?
Think outside the box. Traditional crops were just trading dollars. Let's look at other plants that we can grow, either for nutraceuticals or other types of herbs, vegetables, fruits, something different outside the box, because if we want to survive, we're going to have to change the ways we produce food.